This summer, Pollys Pancake Parlor opened back up for business as usual in Sugar Hill, New Hampshire, besides the fact that they have a brand new building for their restaurant. The new building has made more space for tables and their customers, more parking areas, and has also made the workspace more convenient for employees. Not only that, but the new building will now be open year-round on Fridays through Mondays instead of closing near the end of the year and opening back up in the spring. The restaurant is owned and run by Kathy and Dennis Cote and has always been a great stop for tourists who come to New Hampshire in the summer for hiking in the Notch or for leaf peepers in the fall. One of the reasons the customers love this local attraction is because of the friendly, cozy feel and the amount of food that is homemade right in the restaurant. We caught up with one of the Cotes on a slower day at Pollys to tell us a bit more about the Pancake Parlor.
Hello, my name is Michaela Woods, and we are here at Pollys Pancake Parlor in Sugar Hill, New Hampshire, and I am also here with Chris Cote. And he's going to answer some questions about this place and kind of how special it is. So, hear that this is a new building, obviously, so it's been rebuilt. So do you want to kind of tell us about that?
Sure. So the old building was in this site for about 77 years, and we knocked it down last October with the idea being we're going to build it up from scratch, the exact same design, working out all the kinks and kind of inefficiencies that the old one suffered from, which were also part of its nostalgic feel, so it was kind of a tough decision. Definitely not something we were looking forward to do, knocking down the old building, but we're really happy with the way this one turned out. And I'd say, yeah, we're hoping to last another 70-something years.
Yeah.
But the old one was made from repurposed wood and old things, and it was not insulated, it was not prepared for the winter business or just kind of the volume of customers that we were getting. So it was more or less falling in, and there were lots of renovations to be made. So we're going to be open year round now, and I'm really excited to serve the skiers and all sorts of customers who've never been here before. Brand new customer base, yeah.
So a lot of people have been raving about how good the food is here because a lot of it's homemade. So do you want to tell us like why you decided to do everything homemade, or has it just always been done that way sort of thing?
So not everything's homemade, but a lot of stuff is. All of our baked goods, all the pastries, all of the English muffins and toast and pancakes, we stone grind here. Basically, I think from scratch is what people want and taste the best. We've always done it that way. We added, I think, 3 or 4 of our batters back in the 70s. It's kind of just been evolving, and more homemade recipes get tacked on as we go. Recently, we added maple bacon biscuits, which are sort of a staple in our bakery now. Yeah, I'd say homemade's the way to go. People want from scratch. We can't afford to make everything here. For instance, we used to make the sausage on site, but sometime I think in the 70s or 80s, they stopped doing it because it was a little too labor intensive. And yeah, so now we're still doing all the pancakes and waffles homemade, and that's the way to go.
And another thing that a lot of people come in and like to look at are all the antiques on the wall and the pictures and all the artifacts and stuff. Do you want to talk a little bit about those?
Sure. So all of them kind of have their own heritage, and they've made it in here as kind of a identity for people who run the parlor. I would say a lot of it is from my great-grandfather, Sugar Bill Dexter, and his first wife, Lucy, and then his second wife, Polly, after Lucy passed away. But then his daughter's husband, Roger, did a lot to increase the amount of Pollys swag you see on the walls. I would say, yeah, the license plates up there, they say Roger and Nan on them. Those are their actual license plates from their cars. And all these antiques have been either in the old parlor or have been in the barn for decades upon decades. All those signs out front were actual old Pollys signs. All the signs on the wall are actual signs that were used at some point in the last century for Pollys. And we've just kind of taken them out of the barn, dusted them off, and now that we have room for them in this bigger building, and threw them on the walls. So, yeah. Oh, and I should say, we're going to be adding pieces of kind of myself and my sister now that we're coming into the business, not taking it over yet, but she's going to be adding like briar horses because she collected a bunch of Briar horses when she was little. We just had another Triple Crown winner this year, so she's got all the Triple Crown winners. Probably gonna hang them up on the wall. I'm gonna add some of my Star Wars toys from when I was little, which is maybe like a little controversial, but I don't think so much. Just gonna fly up there with the rest of the planes, and it's an appropriate year because the new Star Wars movie is coming out, and I'm a huge fan.
Awesome. That was Chris Cote, and if you want to come down to Pollys and see him, he can possibly serve you breakfast or lunch.
Pollys Pancake Parlor is located in Sugar Hill, New Hampshire, and feel free to stop by for a bite and check out the gift shop for any homemade pancake batter or maple products, any other baked goods, or some New Hampshire knickknacks.